Okay, NHL is just around the corner. I've already got my first tickets for October 7th in Detroit, but Fantasy Draft is coming up September 28th. I'm wearing Toronto, 1, because I'm a Toronto diehard, 2, because I have Austin Matthews as one of my keepers. I also have Matthew Tkachuk as my other keeper at this time, and I think I'm going to keep him because he does really well fantasy. So I got those two, but I want to see where everyone else is projected and see if I agree with ESPN, because normally I do not. Last year, I was in the middle, 8th of 16, I think. I need to do better, but let's see. Maybe I'm completely wrong, and ESPN is always right, but let's see what their projections are, and do I agree with them, do I not? Okay, let's get into this. So, NHL, do I agree with your projections? Let's see. Okay. NHL, who do we got here? Sortable projections. Let's go and start with Anaheim. So, you've got Zegras at 64 points in 77 games. Sure. Troy Terry, only 22 goals. Interesting. Everyone else makes sense. I think Mason McTavish will do all right. Leo Carlson, 31 points. Alex Killorn at 25 points. They paid $6 million for 25 points from Alex Killorn. Someone's got to get points. Killorn's going to get some points. He'll be in the 40s, I think. Ryan Strome, you don't even have anything for him yet. These are terrible. These are terrible. Does it matter? What's full projections? Oh, I can do full projections per team. There we go. No, it just shows. Okay, so last year 65, next year 64. 61 to 53. Anaheim's going to be worse than they were last year? Surely not. Surely not. Tavish, 42 points, sure. Drysdale, 26. Leo Carlson, 31. Killorn, only 25. He's going to drop from 64 points to 25. ESPN, get out of here. All right, let's check Arizona. I already don't agree with ESPN. Clayton Keller, yeah, he should be named next captain. Valimaki, give him a little bit of a raise, sure. Lawson Krause, but same in the 40s. Logan Cooley, 61 points. Logan Cooley is going to be a beast. If he gets 61 points, that's a pretty damn good season for him. I think Arizona's going to be all right. Sean Durzi, I like Durzi. Do I think he's going to drop that much? No. I think maybe he'll be like that, 28 to 32 points for him. Schmaltz in the 50s still, I agree with that. Hayton in the 40s still, agree with that. Zucker probably in the 30s. Guenther, you don't have him playing? I think he's going to play. He'll probably get like 30 points on you. Matt Dumba, probably around the same of what he is last time. Kerfoot, yeah. High 20s. Okay. Arizona's much better. Boston. Dave Pastrnak, 105 points. Yep, he should be up there for sure. McAvoy in 60s, that's good. Lindholm, DeBrusk, 56 points. He gets yours. Brad Marchand, only 46 points in 66 games. Guys, he had 67 and 73 last year. He's not dropping. It's not going to be 20 points under a point per game. Not a frickin' chance. I think he's going to shine. He will. He's going to be above a point per game. That is foul, ESPN. Just foul. Ridiculous. Come on. Brad Marchand at that? No way. Buffalo, I'm guessing Tage Thompson up here at the top. 98 points. Not getting that 100, but getting that 50 goals. I like that. Dahlin, almost a point per game. I like that as well. Cousins had a great season last year. I think he might dip a bit to, let's say, like 62 points. Alex Tuck in the 70s still for sure. Jeff Skinner, I think he will drop. I don't think he's going to hit an 80 again. I actually agree with the ESPN's in the 60s there. Owen Power, 28 points. No, I think he's going to be in the 40s this year for sure. Jack Quinn, I think he's going to play. He'll be in the 40s for points as well. Middlestat, 59 82 games. I think he'll be in the 50s again. That one, not too bad for Buffalo. Carolina now. Svechnikov, 72 points, 78 games. I think I can agree with that. Aho, 72 and 78. I think he'll be above a point per game. What a great player. Nietzsche, 71 and 82, 73 and 80. Yep, yeah, I agree. He'll be in the 70s. Burns, I think he'll be around the same ballpark, so I'm going to go in between that. I'm going to go about 55, 56 points. D'Angelo's back on the team. I don't think he even gets 50, though, especially in less games. I think he'll be in the 40s for sure. Orlov will be in the 30s. Bunting, yeah, probably Carolina's going to get a lot of chance. He'll be in the high 40s, low 50s. Kotkaniemi, I think low 40s, mid 40s for him. Seth Jarvis, no, he'll be in the mid 40s as well. Damn, this is a very good team. Carolina's a good team. I'm not going to look at goaltending stats, just player stats. Calgary, Lindholm in the 70s. Calgary should be a playoff team. Lindholm sticks all season, high 60s, low 70s, sure. I think he'll be in the 70s. Anderson in the 50s, I agree with. Hanifin, 49 points, I don't think so. Low, like 43 maybe. Huberdeau, they have him at 59 points. Nope, 70s at least. 70 points. He'll be nearing a point per game, I think, this year. He had a bad go last year. I think this year is going to be much better. Kenzie Weegar, he'll get a bump up as well. He'll be in the 30s. Kadri, 36 points, 68 games. Nope. He is a career in that high 40s, 50s range. I think he'll do better than last season. I think he's going to get in the 60s this year. Nazem Kadri in the 60s. Sharon Govich, who they just got, he'll be in the high 30s as well. Cool. All right, Calgary. Disagree with a lot of you. Chicago, where do you got Bedard? That's what everyone wants to know. 90 points in 82 games. I don't even think he gets 90. I don't. I think he gets close to 40 goals. I don't think he gets 57 assists because I don't know who the hell is going to score for frickin' Chicago. So I think there's a good chance he's like a 40-30 player. Or like 30-something. He's getting 60-something points. Like high 60s, low 70s in points. I don't think he gets 90 because I don't know who on Chicago is going to score. Who's getting the goals from his 57 assists? Looking at here, it's looking like absolutely no one. I think he's going to get more than 33 goals, though. Come on, ESPN. You're not even trying. Zach Werenski, 58 points. Sure. Goudreau in the 70s. He might be a point per game this year. Now that Babcock's gone. Line 52 and 55, 62 and 64. I'm going to go. He's going to be over a point per game this season. He'll be back in the 30-goal column. Marchenko, I like him. I actually like that decision, what they've put there. Boone Jenner, he'll be in the 40s, and I think he's going to play more than 55 games. Adam Fantilli, I think he'll be high 50s in points. He'll be in the 50s. So if he's in the 50s, Cooley will be 50, 60s as well, similar to Fantilli. Bedard will be in the 60s, maybe low 70s. That's my opinion. When they had Leo Carlson, obviously, from Anaheim in the 30s, I could see that actually. Kent Johnson, 30s. I think he'll be a little bit higher as well. Chinnikov, I think he'll play a bit more. Juracek, I'm really looking forward to seeing him play. Yeah, so these are okay, but I'm gonna put Patrick Laine over a point per game, Johnny Gaudreau over a point per game this season for Columbus. Colorado, where do you got Nate the Great? 106 points? Sure, I'm fine with that. Only 69 games played. If he plays more, he's definitely going to get to that 110, 115 range. Rantanen, I want to see him over 100 points again. I think that'll be Cal McCarr at 66 points in 60 games. If he plays 75, yeah, he should get 85 points. I think I'm going to put him in 90. I think he's going to get 90 points this year. Bowen Byram, he's going to be in the 50s this year. Yeah, he's so good if he can stay healthy. Devon Toews in the 40s, I'm fine with. Nishushkin, 40s, I'm fine with. Just no more photos of you and guns and stuff, please. Sam Girard in the 30s. Johnson should be in the 30s. Yep, that's cool. Ross Colton, 19 points in 60 games. No, I think he'll be high 20s, low 30s. He'll be like that Alex Kerfoot kind of thing. Jonathan Drouin, I don't think he's going to play every game. They don't even have him on here, but if he does play, let's say 58 games, I bet he gets 30-something points again. Thomas Tatar, he's just a guy. He's just a worker that'll do well. He'll be in the 40 range for sure. 45. Not too shabby. Not too shabby for Colorado. I'll get that out of here. All right. Dallas. Where do we got everyone? Jason Roberts, 108 points. Basically having him mimicking last season. I like that, actually. I agree. Rupe Hintz, over a point per game. Yep, cool. Heiskanen, 62 points, 74 games. Nope. He'll be in the 70s. If he's in 74 games, I'm going to give him 71 points. Joe Pavelski, I'm going to have him in the 60s. He just makes it work. Jamie Benn, from 78 points in 82 games to 47. I'm going to take in the middle. He'll be in the 60s somewhere. Let's go down. Duchesne, 48 and 68. I'm fine with that. He'll be in the low 50s, I think. Sagan, 50 and 76. I could see him in the 50s again, actually, for him. Wyatt Johnson, he had 41 points in 82 games last year. They have him at 25 and 63. I disagree. I think he plays all games again, and he gets more points. 50s. Definitely. Don't really know about everyone else, so let's keep on going. Detroit. Moritz Seider, 50 points in 82 games. Had a great first rookie season. Sophomore wasn't the best. 50 and 82. I'm going to give him 56. Dylan Larkin, 81 and 78. I like that. I actually really like that. DeBrincat, 71 and 82. I actually agree with that too. I don't think he's going to be a point per game, but I think he'll be in the 30 goal column. I'll keep going down. Let's see, JT Compher, who they just got, 40 points and 72. That actually makes a lot of sense to me. Lucas Raymond, 46 points. I think he'll be in the 50s, especially if he's playing 71 games. Hall with 11 points. Justin Hall, I'll give him 8. Edvinson, I'd like to see him play all year. Perron, 56 and 82. I could see similar things happening with him as well. Joe Veleno, 20 points. I think you can get more than that, especially if he's playing all 80 games. Cool. All right. Not too bad. Not too bad for Detroit. Edmonton. Connor McDavid. Let's see. Gets over 60 goals again, 148 and 81. I think he started to take it off a little bit, but 148 is still a lot. I have him over 140. I don't know if he's going to hit 148, but I can see him hitting 60 goals again. So pretty close. Leon Draisaitl around the 129. I could see that. Yeah, about 20 points or so below Connor McDavid. Nugent Hopkins going from 104 to 86. I don't think he hits over a point per game this year. I think he's under a point per game. That's my pick for RNH. Darnell Nurse, sure, around the same. Zach Hyman from 83 and 79 to 66 and 77. I could see a dip in Hyman's play as well, into the high 60s. Bouchard into the high 40s, I agree with. Connor Brown, I could see between 45 and 55 points for sure. Evander Kane, 38 and 58. If he plays, I think he's going to play more than that. Let's not get hurt. And let's say if he plays 70 games, I could see him getting 56, 58 points. Yeah. Not bad. Okay. Florida, FLA. What do you got Kachuk at? 112 points in 81 games, 42 goals, 70 assists. I think he takes a dip, actually. So I'm going to go, he'll still be in that 100 range, like 102, between 98 and 102, 99, 102, and under 40 goals this year. That's my guess, even though I'm keeping him as fantasy because I love Matthew Kachuk. Look at that. Look at the PIMs and stuff. Shots on goal. He's great. Barkov, yeah, 78 and 68. Underrated. Is he even underrated now? 90 and 69. I agree with that, actually. Montour, I don't think he's getting the 75 and 81. I think he'll be in the 60s this year. Verhaeghe, 80 and 80. Yeah, holy crap, the cat. You chasing each other. Playoffs haven't even started yet. Toronto's not even losing yet. They won their last prospect game. Carter Verhaeghe, point per game? I don't think so. High 60s for him, I think, this year. Ryan Hart, 67 and 80. Similar to last year, I agree with. And Bennett, yeah. Declare's obviously gone to San Jose. I like Lundell. I've got him in my Dynasty Fantasy League. 34 and 67. I think he makes a leap into the 40s. What a great player. I love Lundell. He's so good. So good. So good. LA. Pierre-Luc Dubois, 77 and 81. I actually agree with. I think he's going to have a stellar year. Absolutely stellar year. He'll be at almost a point per game. Kempe in the 60s again. Yep, 40 goal man. Pretty close, at least 38. Fiala, 79 and 75. I think he beats the 80 plateau. Fiala's so good. Kopitar 59 and 81, dropping from 74 and 82. Are you saying that Dubois is taking like his spot? That's why you're going to drop him in points. Even so, he's going to be at least in the 60s. I'll put him in the 70s again. Deneau in the 50s. Love him. Wow, that's a 1-2-3 punch, eh? Dubois, Kopitar, Deneau. Where's Byfield fitting? He's going to play the wing. That's fine, Byfield anyway. Let's see where they have him. Arvidsson, I could see him going like in the 30s this year, actually. Doughty, he will have a drop, but he'll be in the high 30s, low 40s. Byfield, 37 and 74. He'll be in the 40s, 50s this year, I think. Yep. I got Byfield in my Dynasty League as well. Wishful thinking. Kaprizov getting over 100 points. I kind of agree with. Yeah, Joel Eriksson, Mr. Reliable in the 60s, sure. Boldy in the 60s, sure. I think Boldy takes even higher. You got him at what, 64 points? I'll have him at 68. Maybe even 70. Zuccarello, sure, 10-point drop. I'm fine with that. And everyone else, don't really matter, does it? All right, Minnesota, Montreal. All right, what do you got? Caulfield here, 70 points in 78 games. He had 36 and 46. Yeah, I could see high 60s, low 70s for him. Same with Suzuki. Slavkovsky, 55 points. I don't think so. I think it'll be in the 40s. Kirby Doc in the 40s. I agree. Maybe a little bit more. Anderson, yeah, right around there. 28 points. I agree. 30-point man. Newhook around a 30-point man as well. Dvorak in the 30s. I'm fine with this. Gallagher, 14 points, 37 games. I could see him being like a 40-point man again if he can be healthy. Sean Monahan, 40 points maybe. 30s. Low 30s probably. Montreal ain't making the playoffs. If they do, I'll be shocked. Jack Hughes, 170 points in 77 games, 46 goals. I'm going to put Jack Hughes in the 50-goal club this year. Definitely fine with the 107 points. Meyer, over a point per game. Definitely 40-goal man again. Yep. Escher, 30-goal man. Yep. God, New Jersey's so good. Dougie Hamilton will take a drop, 74 and 82. From 64 and 82, I agree. Bryant in the 70s again. Yeah. Toffoli, I think he'll be in the 70s. Everyone's getting points here. Luke Hughes in the 50s, sure. Actually, I'm pretty happy with whether they got the Devils. Dawson Mercer, high 50s, maybe low 60s. This team is just going to score a ton. And Andre Palat's he'll be back as well. He should be in the 40s, 50s range. Gosh, this team is scary. Wow. Jack Hughes, though, 50-goal man. I'm in for that. Nashville, you got rid of guys and they picked up guys. Yossi back into the 70s. I can see him in the high 60s. Novak, 63, I think in the 50s. Forsberg, 53 points in 63 games. No, I think he's going to be over a point per game again. Barry, I'm fine with this, 42 points. Tomasino in the 40s, yeah, cool. Evangelista playing, former London Knight, yeah, okay, 48, that's fine. Luke Shen in 12 points, yeah, a couple fights in there, yeah, huge contract. Ryan O'Reilly, 30 points, 53 games. I bet you he kind of does the same, maybe a little bit more, but Nashville doesn't score too much. Like, if he plays 53 games, I could see him getting like 35 points, which is pretty good, to be honest with you. I don't know about Nashville. I don't know about Nashville this year at all. No, I don't. But New York Islanders, okay. Hometown boy, Bo Horvat, 70 points, 78 games. I'm fine with that. I can see that, just below point per game in the high 30s in goals. Dobson, I could see him taking a step and getting to the 50s. Barzal, full season, not injured. I think he can get to, if he's playing 72 games, get to that 70-point mark, just under a point per game, just under. Nelson, 75 and 82 last year. He takes a drop to 49. I could see him in the 50s. Anders Lee, 38 points, maybe a little more, give him like 43. Pajot, yeah, low 30s. Wallstrom, I could see him playing more if he doesn't get hurt, and he could be in the high 30s. Pierre Engvall, yeah, like 27 points. Palmieri, probably around the same. I guess it's up to literally Horvat. Nelson can score, Horvat can score, and Lee can score. Everyone else, I don't know. Like, it's nice to see Matt Barzal shoot more. Hopefully he gets more than 18 goals, right? He needs to. Where are we? New York Rangers. Where do we got? Panarin. Spinach at 89-82. I'm fine with that. I'm going to go like 80. Let's go 86 points for him. Adam Fox, 72 and 80. Consistent guy. Yeah, I'm agreeing. Trouba around the 30s. Yeah. Tarasenko. I don't think he's going to jump up to 67 points, 73 games. Though, I do think he'll be in the 60s. That's for sure. Panarin, that's a big drop. 12-point drop because he had a bad playoffs, I'm assuming. I don't think it's going to be that big of a drop. If he plays 76 games, he'll get like 86 to 92 points, I would say. Trocheck, yeah, high 50s, low 60s. Miller in the 40s again. Kane's obviously not playing. Kreider, he dropped off, obviously, because he had that 50-goal season. Then he had 36, which still ain't bad. But he's not going to drop to 22. He'll be in the 30s again. So I'm going to assume he'll be high 40s, low 50s in point. 50s in points. Hedel, I think he'll take a step up. High 40s, a little bit more than that. Lafreniere, he's a great player. He plays on a really good team. I think he'll be in the 50s this year as well. Blake Wheeler, 55 and 72. I think he'll be in the 40s. Where's Capo Caco? 40 and 82. Again, like Lafreniere and Hedel. If that line sticks together, they could all be in their 50s for sure. 60s maybe. Someone could break out, could go in the 70s. You never know. This is a darn good team. Very, very good team, New York Rangers. Ottawa Senators. I'm guessing Stützle should be in the 90s. Brady Tkachuk, 92. I'm fine with that. Stützle, 95. I'm fine with that, actually. Yeah, 40 goals, 39 goals. Yeah, I think Brady Tkachuk gets to that 40 goals this year. Stützle also gets to 40 goals. Chychrun, good pickup. If they get Josh Norris, he'll get more than 50 points in 68 games, though we missed all last season, so it might be a little bit slow. Let's go with 55 points for him. Batherson if he plays, because I think he's part of that whole Hockey Canada thing, but sure, 51 and 62, cool. Yeah, I agree. Giroux, 44 and 67. No, he's not dropping from 79 to 44. He's almost a point per game. Let's drop him 10. So if he plays 82 games, he gets 72 points. That's what it'll be. I'm not dropping him 10 points. I'm getting 10 from a point per game. Yeah. Jake Sanderson, massive 8-point whatever deal that was. Very defensively sound, so 16 and 60. If he just got 32 points last year, I think he should be in the 30s again, or at least high 20s. Brandstrom just never seems to get a break, even though he played 74 games last year. I'd like to see him get more points as well. Okay. But they're pretty close. These guys are pretty on point, I think, for Ottawa. Philadelphia. Konechny, 77 points in 74 games. He had 61 and 60 for a terrible team. And he's going to get points again for another terrible team. Do I think he's going to get 77? No. I'll give him like 68 to 70. Let's give him 71 points this year in like 78 games and then get traded. Owen Tippett, 53 points. Yeah, someone's got to put the puck in the net and get some assists. Couturier, if he can stay healthy, he'd be a point per game. Or just under 63 and 73, that's fine. Lawton, 33 points at 73 games. I'm fine with that. I'm glad actually Toronto didn't trade for him. Morgan Frost, I think, yeah, high 30s, low 40s. Farabee, I think he'll be back in that high 30s again, not 28. Hathaway should probably get more points than 22 from last year. Oh, this team is a dumpster fire. Get Mitchkov here now. Oh my. He'd get some points. Pittsburgh. Okay, where do you got Carlson? 97 points in 81 games. I don't think he's getting 97 points. I do think he'll be around 80 and 80. Okay, so he went from 101. I think he'll be around 80 and 80, around a point per game playing for Pittsburgh. Sidney Crosby, 89 points in 80. I think he's going to hit the 90-point plateau. He's going to get over 90 points again. He even said for the World Cup he'll be fine playing the wing for Connor McDavid, which I think is sick. So he'll be at 90 points. Jake Gensel, 69 and 70. He'll be over that this year. So if he plays 70 games, I'll give him 73 points, similar to last year, but he'll be over a point per game. Malkin, 83 and 82. Yeah, they have him at 68 and 65. Sure, let's give him, I think he'll play over 70 games. 75 points. Letang, if he plays 68 games, I'm going to give him 46 points. Raquel, 46 and 74 are pretty close. I'll give him over 50. Brian Russ, 46 and 81. Plays over in the 40s again, probably high 40s, low 50s. Riley Smith, I'll give him like 48 points. Yeah, the Penguins really drop off, don't they? They do. They do. But Carlson, yeah, Carlson's going to be good. He's going to be good. I'm excited about seeing that. Seattle. All right, what do you got? Larson, 35 points. Yeah, sure. Can 65 points. Yeah, I'm fine with that actually as well. Dunn, I'm fine with at 58. Tolvanen, 49. Low 40s, I think. Matty Beniers, high 50s, low 60s. Shane Wright in the 30s, high 30s. Okay. I don't know if he's going to get there, but I get like a half point per game. Who else? Burakovsky, 39 and 54. I could see him in the like 50, 60 points. I want him to play more than 54 games. Yanni Gord, 48 and 81. Let's go around in the 50s as well, but low 50s, pretty much similar to what they have it as. All right, not too bad. Not too bad for Seattle. And we keep going. We got San Jose, not many left. San Jose Sharks, Hurdle, 55 and 80, I agree. Logan Couture, 41 and 70. He'll be in the 50 points. Michael Granlund in the 30s, I agree. William Eklund, I'd love to see play and get into the high 30s, low 40s in points. Barabanov, 47 and 68, 27 and 56. Now he's a player. I'm going to give him the high 40s again, for sure for him. Zetterlund, 23 and 67. Hoffman, yeah, he's a 30-point man, isn't he? Yep. LeBanc, he'll be in the 40s. Zadina, risking it, 7 and 30. I think he'll be in the 40s this year, maybe in 50s. If he can get in the lineup. And then you have Duclair playing for San Jose as well. He'll be in the 50s points. God, that guy is fast. St. Louis Blues, Kyrou, 72 and 79, 89 and 80. I think he'll be in the 80s. I don't think he'll be at that high at 89. I do agree with the goals, so 39 makes sense to me. Falk, yeah, okay, that makes sense. 46 points, I'm fine with. Bushnevich, high 60s, low 70s. Yep, okay. I agree. Vrana, 16, 25, 50, and 75. Actually, that's not bad, St. Louis. If he can play, I agree with it. Robert Thomas, just below a point per game, 68 and 72. This is pretty good. I think ESPN has nailed St. Louis from what I'm looking at. Kevin Hayes will be in the 40s. Jake Neighbors, 10 and 43. I could see him in the high 30s. Okay. St. Louis. ESPN's done St. Louis pretty good for the ones that they've actually chosen to do. Tampa Bay, Kucherov, hundreds again. Yep, agree. Point in the 90s again. Yep, agree. Sergachev, I think he'll be in the 70s this year. Stamkos, not play every game. I think if he plays every game, he'll like duplicate what he did, like low to mid 30s in goals. Yeah. So if he plays 72 games, 75 points, I'm fine with. But if he plays all 82 and he hits 86 points, it doesn't surprise me. Hedman in the 50s, I agree. Maybe a little bit better this year, maybe mid-50s. Hagel, 67 points, knocking on the door of 70, yep. Jeannot at 19 and 73, I think he'll probably get into the 20s. He sat in the playoffs, he needs to do something, because holy crap, what a haul did Tampa Bay pay for him. Nick Paul, 30s, mid-30s, he's a playoff hockey player for sure. Cirelli, 29 and 58. You see him play, he's just so good. He's better than 29 points in 58 games. I want him to get into that 40, 50, 60 point range, playing all 82 games. It's possible for Cirelli to be like a 60 point player for sure. All right, and we move on. Tampa Bay, Toronto, here's my team. What do we have? Austin Matthews at 99 points, 53 goals, 46, 99 points. He'll be back in the 50 goal group. I agree. 99 points. I think that might even be a little bit too high. I would think like low 90s for Austin Matthews. 58 goals, let's say. Mitch Marner finally beating 100 points. I agree with that this year. A couple more goals when he shoots. He usually, can hit the back of the net, so I think he should shoot more. I agree with this one. Nylander at 94 points. That'd be nice. I think he will be in that, closing in on that 90-point range. 94 that's pretty good, in my opinion. Tavares around 80 points. I think he probably has a dip just below, maybe like 76 points in 80 games. Bertuzzi, 58 points in 68 games. I'd love him to play more than that, so let's say if he plays 75 games, I could see him getting 65 points. Morgan Rielly, 42. I could see him getting in the 50s again. Domi, 58 points, 79 games. I could see that. I could even see him low 60s if he play in top 6 minutes. I want to see if they have Matt Nyes in here. Klingberg in the 30s makes sense. Liljegren, I should be in the 20s. Nick Robertson, I'd like to see play. Matt Nyes, I could see him in the 40s, 50-point range, especially if he's playing top 9. Cal Yarncroke, he'll be the same, 20 goals, 15 assists, 35 points, let's say. Ryan Reeves won't play the whole season, probably gets about 12 points. Yeah. God, that Leafs team is going to be fun. It's going to be fun. They got some bruisers this year. Vancouver, Patterson, I'm guessing at 116 points. He didn't get the captaincy. That went to Quinn Hughes. Do I think he gets 116 points? No. Do I think he gets 40 goals? Yes. But he'll be in that like 105, 108 range in points. Miller, point per game. He does. Terrible defensively, but they have him at plus 8. Oh, wow. Okay. He's a good player, though. Point per game for sure. Kuzmenko, he's lost some weight. He said he was fat last time. Wow, okay. You still got 39 goals. Less goals, more points. I actually agree with that. Quinn Hughes, I think he'll be in the 70s for points. Around the 7 to 9 goal range. But I think he picks up more assists than that. He might even hit 70s in assists this year. He's got to pass the puck to Kuzmenko and Pedersen, doesn't he? And Miller. Besser, 43 points. I think he'll be low 50s or at least high 40s. Beauvillier, high 30s in points. Mikheyev, he'll put up more points than that. He'll be in the 40s. Garland again, probably around 46 points. That's right around where he should be. Vancouver might be in tough again. Trade Demko to the Leafs, please. Who do you got? Vegas. Jack Eichel should be there, 92 points. I'm fine with that. 92 points, 78 games. I'm fine with that for sure. High 30s, 55. Yep, that's cool. Petrangelos, good. Barbashev should be in the 50s. Yeah. Theodore, high 40s. Yep. So I would have him in low 50s. Mark Stone, basically almost a point per game, 47 and 50. He's off hurt again, so he'll just come back in the playoffs and dominate. But if he does play the 50 games, I could see it being 47 points. Chandler Stevenson in the low 50s, especially if Mark Stone's not playing. William Karlsson, 53 points in 82 games last year. Probably like high 40s this year. Stanley Cup. Oh, Max Comtois on the team now. I wonder where Phil Kessel's going to go. He had 36 points in 82 games for Phil. He needs to find a team. This would be a good team again. Not having Riley Smith there shows a bit. Someone's going to have to pick up those other points. Winnipeg Jets. Morrissey in the 70s for points. I'm fine with that. High 60s probably. Mid 60s. Kyle Connor, over point per game, 85 points. I think he'll be cracking, getting close to that 90 points. I think he's getting over 40 goals this year. Mark Scheifele, he'll want to get traded if he plays 71 games. 66 makes sense. I think he'll play more than that. So let's say even if it's like 78 games, then he'll be into that 75 range. Pionk in the 30s, I'm good with. Velarde will get a lot more time. He'll play more than 65 games. He'll be in the 50-point range. Euler should be in the 70-point range, like 76 games played, 70 points. Perfetti, 40s make sense to me. Niederreiter, 40 makes sense to me, not 28. I follow. He's similar to Velarde. I could see him in the 50 range. Definitely in the 50 range, maybe knock into the 60s. Hinola should just play the kid. He's good. This team they've got options. Lambert's in there. I didn't look at his points, but do they trade Scheifele? Do they trade Hellebuck? Who knows? And then lastly, we got Washington. John Carlson, 70 points in 78 games. Going from 29 to 70. Play more games. I think like low 60s is more on the button for him. Ovi, 70 points in 75 games. I think he'll be in the 70s. Play 75 games. He'll be close to that point per game, but just a little bit below. But he will get over 40 goals again. 38 goals maybe, but I think I'm going to go with 44 for him. Strome, I think he's getting more than 49. He'll be in that 60 range again. Sandin in the 30s. Yeah, it makes sense. He had 35 and 71 last year. He'll be in the 30s again. High 30s for him. Jensen in the 20s. Pacioretty's going to play for them. If he plays 65 games, he'll be in the 40s. Kuznetsov, 44 games, 31 points last year, 55 and 81. If he plays 81 games, he'll be in the 60s, and then he'll get traded. Tom Wilson, 23 points in 36 games. I'd like him to play a lot more. Just not against the Leafs because he's a knobhead. He's a great player to have on your team. If he plays 80 games, he'll get 60-something points. Backstrom, if he plays 80 games, he'll get 58, 60 to 65 points. Oshie, 35 and 58. I'd like to see him play like 70-something games and get in the 50-point range again as well. I think Michael, he should play more this season. All right. So that's it. That's what we got. Not too bad, ESPN. Not too bad. Some are off, like Brad Marchand and stuff, but others I quite agree with. McDavid, Draisaitl, Pettersson, Pastrnak, I think are quite on the button. Matthews, I think maybe a little bit high in points, a little bit low in goals. Kachuk would be around that range again, just a little bit lower probably, like in the low 100 points. McKinnon's up there. Roberts, they've done all right. You've done all right in my opinion. You've done pretty darn good. Hopefully my draft goes well. Comment down below your thoughts. Do you agree with ESPN's full player projections? Do you not? Who do you think is way above, the projections way above than expectation or way below? And everyone, take care. Best of luck in fantasy this year, and go Leafs go.